Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Elizabeth Nova and I do makeup, lifestyle and vlog videos. If you guys are seeing my face for the first time, please consider subscribing because I would very much appreciate it. In today's video, as you can probably guess by the title, it's going to be a get ready with me. So I have my gin and coke here ready to go. I know gin and coke is a very weird combination, but I had no other mixers in my house, but I usually prefer it with either a tonic water or Sprite, so don't judge me. And by the way, I do have a top on, you just cannot see it. So essentially this is a New Year's Eve makeup, but I live in London and we're in tier 4, which basically means lockdown, so I ain't going anywhere. But that's not going to stop me from getting glam, getting dressed, getting a drink and welcoming the new 2021 in style. I just realized this is actually my last video for this year. I've definitely dedicated a lot more time to my YouTube channel this year and I very much hope for a better one and more productive 2021. Okay, I'm not gonna ramble anymore. Let's get on with the video. Right, so I'm gonna start by cleansing my skin. I'm just gonna use some micellar water and a cotton thingy. I just took a shower earlier today, so I've already cleansed my skin, but I prefer to use the micellar water after because you do get some residue sometimes when you haven't cleansed properly. I do try to cleanse properly, but you know, sometimes you get those little makeup bits left on your brows and eyes. Right, so next step is going to be to moisturize, and I'm gonna grab the Beauty Bay Rich Moisturizer. This one contains oatmeal and oat lipid. Still don't know what that ingredient is, but I'm just gonna whack some on my face. Oh, by the way, I do have my gin here. Yes, this is gin and I've mixed it with Coke because I just did not have any other mixer at my house, so it still works. You know the drill with the primer. I'm gonna grab the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I never remember that name. I'm almost out of it. You can see this is very much loved, so I'll probably repurchase it if I don't find something else to try. I don't really go through primers that much, so unless something else pops up that I want to try, I'll probably repurchase that one. And I mainly focus it on my T-zone, like so, just because obviously our pores are the biggest here around the nose and under the eyes, on the cheeks, I mean, you know what I mean. And then here on the forehead. Obviously, as in London, we are in tier 4. Thanks, Boris. I'm not gonna be going anywhere this year for New Year's Eve, so it's just gonna be me, Svet, and the cats. But if I were to go somewhere, I would want my foundation to last all night because I'll probably be dancing, sweating, eating, drinking, whatever. So you do want that shit to last. And for that purpose, I'll be using the Tarte Shape Tape foundation, which is in the shade Light Medium Neutral. Okay, got my sponge and my foundation. So as I was saying, this foundation is my perfect shade, and it's a really great coverage. It's definitely medium to full coverage. It's probably on the fuller side, to be honest, but it's not as heavy, because some foundations, as you may know, on their full coverage, they are quite cakey and they do tend to crease sometimes. But I find that this is not the case with this foundation. The way I like to blend this foundation out is first with a brush, just because you are able to get the most coverage out of it. And you already see what a lovely coverage that foundation has. It's definitely full coverage because, as you can see, it's covered my spots pretty well, and also it's left the skin kind of like this glowy type of situation. I don't know if you can see because I am having my lights on right now, but it definitely has some glow to it as well. I'm just gonna put some extra where I have some breakouts, so it gives me some extra coverage. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to go over with the sponge so it absorbs any excess product. For concealer, I'm gonna grab the Lasting Perfection Concealer from Collection. This is one of my favorite concealers ever because it has some really good coverage, and it's appropriate both for everyday and if you have a special occasion, because it's not looking very heavy. Normally, if I wish to go full coverage, I would grab my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer, but in that case we want to look glowy, so I'm just gonna stick to that concealer for the moment, as it doesn't look you know, very cakey on the eyes. So if you are looking for an affordable concealer that does a great job, I will definitely recommend this one because it works amazing and it's only a few pounds, so you should definitely get it. I do recommend though working in sections because it does dry quite fast. Looking at my flip screen right now, I'm just thinking, how are there those women who look so damn sexy in a hair towel and they're just like this effortless look, and I just look like a freaking potato? Tell me, maybe when I put some makeup on it's gonna look better, who knows. Next, I'm gonna grab some cream foundation from The Balm. This is in the shade Dark. I do really like to use this as cream contour. It looks really nice on the skin. I like to use it on my Morphe E56 just because it's the perfect shade and it fits in like that hollow of the cheek and it gives me the perfect contour. So this is the brush that I like to use with this product. And then what I do is I just kind of go a little bit higher than what I normally would. I don't really know how to explain, but if you see, the hollow of my cheek is right here, so I'm just going slightly above and kind of pushing the product up, which is gonna give me that illusion of a facelift. So do try to kind of go up. This basically is the look that I would have worn if I was allowed to go out somewhere, to a party or whatever. I can obviously still wear it, it's just I won't be going anywhere. You don't really need to be going anywhere to have fun. Like I said, I'll be staying just home with Svet and the cats, and there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously this year has been very difficult for everybody. Like, you don't even know how difficult it has been for us. It sounds very cliche, but the only thing you can really do in that case is just to, you know, stay positive and hope for the best. Hope that the new 2021 is going to be better, and hopefully it's going to be better, and please be better 2021, because I cannot take another year like this, honestly. I bought this product so long ago. This is the Revolution Jelly Highlighter. I bought this, I don't know, like maybe a year ago. Wow, it's been a year. So basically it looks like this on the inside. I hope this is not expired. Oh no, it actually hasn't. I don't know. I swatched this in the worst place ever, so I'm just gonna do like that. Hopefully you can see, but look at the glow it gives you. It's so good. I'm just gonna take a brush, which is my Morphe E46, and just tap it in and put it on the high points of my cheeks. Okay, this is not working. I will have to use my finger. Oh wow. Look at the difference. I should have used this earlier. I never really got the chance. Like, I kind of bought it and forgot I had it, but this is so beautiful. Wow, so beautiful. And it's so natural as well. I expected this to be kind of, I don't know, like very weird consistency, but it's definitely not. It's looking so natural. Okay, yeah, definitely the best way to apply this is with your finger, and then if you wish to further blend it out, just blend it out with a brush just to kind of melt it in your foundation. But it's looking so beautiful. Obviously I'll be putting some powder products on top, so this will not be the finished version of the look. But yeah, so far so good. To powder under my eyes, you already know the drill. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection loose powder in transparent, and I'm gonna go with my Morphe. Oh wow, this is ripped off, so I don't know what that brush is. So it looks like so. It's like tapered on top. Just gonna go in the cap where I've distributed the product and lightly go under the eye. And then just wherever I put concealer, really. And I do usually like to set my smile lines as well, because this is usually where foundation creases the fastest on me. I didn't really wait for first impressions video to use this palette because I was just so excited. I really love these colors right here, so I had to try them on. So I'm just gonna use them on camera now for the first time, really. So what I do is I go into cinnamon if I'm going for a warmer look, and this obviously is like a cooler tone, so it is more appropriate for contouring, but sometimes I mix them as well. So just gonna go over with the shade Cinnamon where I have bronzed my face. And a new technique that I've recently picked up is that I don't go just like this, but I do drag it down towards my chin as well, because my face is quite round and it kind of makes it a little bit slimmer, if that makes sense, while I'm looking bronze to the gods. For highlighter, I'm gonna grab the Bonnie Luminizer. And the great thing about this highlighter is that it's not crazy right off the bat. You can definitely build this up and make it as blinding as you want. This is like two layers, I think, three layers. Obviously use a lighter hand just because it could go quite crazy very quickly. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of blush. I do tend to kind of either skip it or just forget in general about it. Definitely my most ever used blush is the Milani Luminoso, which is going to be perfect for this look because we're going for more of like the bronzy, orangey, peachy type of situation. The way I like to apply is on a brush like this. It's like angled and it's not dense, it's like fluffy, if that makes sense. So I just like to go like this, tap off, and then I just go from right under my temple down. Right, my camera overheated, so I'm sorry I had to do my brows off camera, but if you want an in-depth tutorial, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll make sure to get a video out for you. If you want to know how I do them according to my face shape, then I'll be happy to share that information if you just drop me a comment down below so I know whether or not to make the video. So the products that I used are the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and then I used some soap to just stick them in place, and I can definitely vouch for that method. I hadn't tried it before and I was very skeptical, but since I tried it this summer, I think I showed you guys the one I had bought previously, which is this little thing. It's called Brow Styling Soap. I used quite a bit of it. You can see there's like quite a large dent in it, but to be honest, the normal soap works just as great. Obviously this is like, I don't know, 4 or 5 pounds or something for this tiny amount, and then for this soap I paid maybe what, 2 pounds, and it's probably gonna last you at least 2-3 years if you're using it just for your brows. Okay, so I'm gonna move to my eyes now and I'm just gonna zoom you in so you're able to see me better. I am gonna use the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Beige. I am using just a tiny bit from this concealer because a little bit goes a long way, and on my Morphe M1 7.3. I'm just gonna place it all over my lid. Okay, now that I've primed my eyes, I'm just gonna go with a large fluffy brush like this, and I'm gonna grab the shade Tan Lines from Makeup Geek. And what I'm gonna do is drag the shade upwards and then in, and don't be too precise of where you really put that mid brown eyeshadow, just because there will be other shades going in. This is basically what we're gonna use as our transition. So just literally don't worry about it, just whack it on, and you can also drag it into your nose as well, just so it blends better. I'm not gonna spend too much time blending 500 different eyeshadows because this is what I usually do. This is just gonna be like a simple, smoky glam look for New Year's Eve. Next, I'm gonna go into my Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette, and then I'm gonna mix these two shades on my finger and just pop that on there. I do actually want a little bit more of a sparkle, so I'm just going to grab the Makeup Revolution pigment in the shade Rebound on a shader brush and just pop that on there for a little bit of sparkle. Alright, and you can already see how wet that looks. And then what I'm going to do is go back to that Tan Lines shade and just kind of make sure the two shades are blended. Oh wow, this shadow actually is a pigment. I think it's a pigment, that's the right word. It is more on the glittery side, but on camera it looks definitely wet. It's so good. And that's what she said. Next, I'm going to show you one of my favorite tricks that I've liked to use recently. I am going to mix these two shades right here, Password and Whiskey. I'm just going to mix them on a small blending brush. Tap off the excess, and I'm just going to take some sort of like a lip gloss or a cream or whatever you have at home that has this flat edge right here. And this trick is not new, but it's new to me. So what I like to do is basically, if you see your eye, I'm just going to zoom in, you can see the natural line of your lower lash line. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow that and hold it like so, just so it basically like curves naturally. So you're just going to hold that in place and do like this. And you can go back as many times as you need to get that intensified winged eyeliner. But it should come out something like that. Like, ignore this little bit right here. We can easily clean this up. But you can see how sharp and how good that looks. And I am going to do this on the other side as well. So again, follow the natural line of your eye. Hold it in place and just wiggle with the brush. As I said, this technique is not new. It's definitely something that's been used before. It's just new to me because I've recently started using it again. This is definitely a better alternative to putting tape on your eyes and, you know, dragging your skin and causing wrinkles. So I definitely do prefer this method over, you know, using tape to drag on your eyes. Okay, next I'm just gonna grab the same two shades that we used to do the eyeliner and just put it on the lower lash line. But do not drag it all the way in because this closes off your eye. Like this. And I'm just gonna clean this brush off on my towel and go back into Tan Lines. And just smoke out the lower lash line. Right, so now that we've done the eye look, I'm just gonna finish off with some mascara and then pop on a pair of lashes, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, lashes are on, and you can already see how much that has transformed this look. Definitely, it looks a lot better than without lashes. To be honest, I definitely was not a lash person, like, at all. I hated applying them. It would take me forever. It still takes me like an hour and a half to apply them, but now I've come on board with them, and I can definitely agree that they do pull together a look and can definitely make it more dramatic and more pleasing on the eye, if you will. So what I'm gonna do next is I will be finishing off this look with some lipstick, and I have a very special lip combo that I'm gonna be using today. I will be taking a red lip pen, so you can grab any. This is just from Dr. Hauschker, and it doesn't really have a name, it's just like a red lip liner, and I'm just gonna line my lips. Now that I have my desired shape, I will be grabbing the Hot Ombre Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Fire Alarm. So I'm gonna go with the Fire shade first. Oh, this red is so pretty. This is my favorite shade of red lipstick. It's like this blue undertone. It's like a true red color. Okay, and right before this has dried down, I'm gonna go with the shade Alarm, which is like a orangey red, and pop this right in the center. Wow, this is the best red lipstick ever. Honestly, I cannot even tell you how this looks in person. You do have to be very quick though, because it dries really fast. I do have a video swatching all of the Hot Ombre liquid lipsticks video, so you can just click over here and you'll be able to go and check that video out. Alrighty, I'm just gonna finish this chin. Go sort my hair out because I look like a crazy person, and then I'll be right back. So that is it for today's makeup tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, which is ElizabethNova_, as well as my TikTok, which is the same. Please do not get discouraged if you cannot go anywhere for this New Year's Eve, because it will soon be over and life will go back to normal. So get glam, get a drink, and I'll see you next year. Bye!